Good afternoon, micro students. So it looks like I only had one response from any of you wanting to do a real-time session this afternoon. So instead, I'm going to be uploading a series of 4 lectures, and one will be the rest of chapter 5, which is what we had started on Tuesday. And then I will also upload 3 lectures. They're 15 minutes apiece, that pertain to chapter 6. And so that will get us caught up as far as lecture material goes. Then next week on Tuesday, we can go ahead and start on the next unit, which will be Unit 3. That will be Chapter 7. And then on Thursday, we will do our scheduled lab, which I'm going to try to, if this will open for us. The lab scheduled for Thursday is the Selective and Differential Media lab, and just in your handout that's in your syllabus folder, the lab schedule has the page numbers you need. And then there's also a handout in your course shell in Blackboard that you can use for that. I'm going to go back to that. So some other things that I wanted to point out is originally we were going to have our lab practical this week, but we pushed it to next week. And if you go into your Lab Practical 1 materials folder, you can see there is a file that's a study guide for the Lab Practical. And then the Lab Practical itself is using Respondus, and it's in Blackboard. That will be due on March 5th, Saturday, March 5th, so a week from this coming Saturday. Then other things that I wanted to just remind you, make sure to get your chapter 5 and 6 assignments in, and then make sure and get your lab report for the aseptic technique lab turned in, as well as the lab for the staining lab. Get that submitted to me in Blackboard. And then next Tuesday, if we have time, I'll also spend some time reviewing for the lab practical and exam too. All right. If any of you have any questions, I'll be available this afternoon, which is Thursday, and Friday I'll be available. I'm still not sure if we're canceling classes or if we're going to be on campus, but either way, I plan to be working so I can answer questions. If you want to get ready for Tuesday's class, and I would just go ahead and review that study guide for the lab practical, and you can come to class with questions. And I will allot a little bit of time for questions and review for the lab practical at the end of class. All right, thanks. I hope that everyone stays safe and warm and dry, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.